Hey everyone, we're going to go ahead and show you how you can make a little bit of money making journals that you can sell on Amazon. It's fairly easy to do. First thing that you're going to see below in the comment section is you're going to have a section where you can go in and click to access the KDP or the Kindle Direct Publishing. There'll be a link for Amazon. If you don't have an Amazon account, there's an option for you to sign up for one on the Kindle Direct Publishing site. You can click the sign up button there. You'll also want to open Canva. If you don't have a Canva account, you can log into Canva as well, and you can click the little sign up button if you don't have one of those. The free account is fine for this one as well. There'll also be a link for ChatGPT. If you don't have ChatGPT, it might not allow you to actually enroll in it right now because it is such a highly sought after tool, but it's available for you in the future. So just keep checking to see if you don't have the ability to get it right now, you can get it later. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to Canva, and we're going to go ahead and log in. So I've already got a Canva account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in there. All right, and you'll notice that I already have a couple of things in the books as far as like projects go. I'm not going to let that save that. So Canva is a great way for you to be able to go in and create journals or notebooks or whatever you want to for people. So we're going to create a daily journal, and we'll make it like a 90-day daily journal. Something quick, something easy to do. It doesn't take too long to do it as well. So we're going to type journal into our what we want to design today, and it's going to come up with some templates that you can use. Simple daily journal stuff like this one right here. It's great. It's very simple. You'll notice that some of these have the Pro. If you do not have the Pro, they do offer a 30-day free trial of the Pro. I use Pro. We use Pro because you can do so much more with it. And it's a great tool to be able to use to be able to have access to more of what Canva offers. But we'll go ahead and choose just our basic one here, and we're going to go ahead and customize this template. All right, so we don't need anything on the right hand side here, so we're going to close that off, but we're going to go ahead and open up the left hand side. Now this daily journal has already been customized, and so we don't necessarily want just to pick one from Canva. We might want to design one ourselves. So we can put our own filters on it. We can make it warm, we can make it cold, whatever, vivid colors, soft colors like this. You can change it, the intensity of it as well. So you can actually turn it down or you can turn it up, whatever makes sense to you. You can have a color pop. And a lot of people are drawn to color, except for when they're writing in journals. It can get to their eyes, so maybe something softer would be better. So for this, that's pretty much all we need to do to make it customized, right? So that's it, but it's only one page. And so we're going to want to add multiple pages. Now the cool part is you can duplicate the page right on the top there with Canva. So go ahead and just click to duplicate. And you can add as many pages as you want. You can just keep clicking. Now this is the annoying part of Canva, is that you do need to go in and create each individual page. You can't just really go in and duplicate it. You could create this in Word and upload it to Canva so that you can do that. But again, you're still going to have to duplicate your own pages. So it's honestly just simpler to do it this way and have Canva create it for you. So that way, all you have to do is just save it. And as you can see, we're already at page 50, so we're moving along quite well with this. So there's 60 pages. Whoop, sorry, that did not go there. We don't want to change too much on this because we do want to make sure that it'll fit the size journal that we're looking to do. Now the cool part with this is with the Canva Pro, you can resize these journals to whatever you want. Right now, these pages are going to be quite large. So when we go to add them to the Kindle Direct Publishing page, it may be a little bit too big. And so that's one of the reasons why. 8.5 by 11 is the average size for a PDF, and that's what we're going to actually be downloading it in. But let's say you wanted this journal to be smaller. Maybe you wanted it to be 5.5 by 8.5, or you wanted it to be 7 by 10, whatever you wanted it to be, because you want it to be easy for somebody to access. And so most of the times journals are going to come in 8.5 by 11, especially if they're a soft cover. If you're looking to do a hardcover journal, it could be really whatever size. It could be that 5.5 by 8.5 or whatever. So, but this is a 90-page journal, so we don't want it to be too expensive. And I will tell you that the cost of publishing on Amazon KDP, the prices did go up as of June 20th, so it is a little bit more expensive to publish your books and have them print them. But the thing is you get royalties from it. So you want to price your product accordingly. So we have our 90 days here. I'm going to go ahead and change the size of this. I'm going to go with let's go 6 by 9. 6 inch by 9 inch. It's a good size. With Pro, you can copy and resize. If you do not have Pro, that's not going to be available for you. All right, so you can see here that it did change the gutters and the margins. And that's going to be important for you to see, because if your gutters and margins are not wide enough, Amazon will tell you that your gutters don't fit. So maybe 6 by 9 isn't a good size for this one. We can see that maybe it's too much on the top and bottom. So we're gonna go maybe 6.5. Let's go 6 by 8.5. I think that's a good number. And you'll see that it does open up new ones each time. All right, that's a little bit better. So you can, it will save them all for you. So if you wanted to make one of each, you definitely could do that. So you can see that the margins are a little bit wider here, which is important. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll go with this one here. And in the top right hand corner, you're just gonna click the share button. And you're going to click download, and because this is a printable PDF, we want to go ahead and save it as a PDF print. And then, so once we've done that, we're going to click download. It'll download it to your computer. You can rename these as well. In the top here, it says based off the watercolor lined daily journal 6 by 9. And then 6 by 8.5 because we did resize it again. So that's all we need to do with it. We can then see it's down here because I used Chrome to do this, it's down here in the bottom left. If you use a different browser like Edge, it might be on the top right. So we can just open it from here. We just want to make sure that every page kind of came through, looks pretty good. Shouldn't really have done anything because it's just a 90-page journal. So really, there's really nothing to look at. If you're typing like an ebook, or if you're creating something that's going to have verbiage on the page, it's going to have words and drawings or whatever, then you might want to take a look at each individual page. But because this isn't really like that, we don't need to necessarily worry about that in here. So we're just gonna close that up. And we're going to save it as. So we'll save it as 6x8.5 journal pages. And it's important for you to name it something that makes sense. Because if it doesn't make sense, it can really mess things up a little bit for you. Because like if you accidentally upload the wrong one or whatever, it may not work out in the best for you. So I'm going to go ahead and choose it as a new folder and put journal pages. Open that, and we'll just save it there. Okay, so that's that part's done. We've created the actual journal itself, the internal pages, but now we want to have a cover that makes sense for this project. So you can have Canva do it, or there's a link down in the description for Pexels. It's another website where you can get free photos. So if you wanted to maybe have your journal be, something kind of cool, maybe something like a flower or astronomy or whatever it might be, you can have type whatever you want into Pexels, and then you can choose the image that really makes sense for your journal style that you're going for. We went with a soft beige type color, so maybe star sky is maybe not what we're looking for. Maybe it's like a lilac field, something like that might be a better image to put onto it. So we're gonna go ahead and I like this one. I think it'll look good as far as like a cover for a journal. So we'll click on the free download, and then, oh, sorry, I already did it. My bad. We'll go ahead and open it. And then we're just going to save it as and move it back over to the journal as well. So you can see here we have a lot of pictures of ourselves because we're affiliate marketers. We're going to promote kind of what we do. So let's go back to the desktop. We'll go to journal pages, and we'll put in lilac cover. All right, so that lilac cover, fairly simple. We don't want to, again, we don't want to make it too complicated or anything like that. Again, you can search really for anything that you want. It doesn't have to be what we've put on there, but we're going to go back to Canva, and we're going to go in and we're going to go journal cover this time. Now, it's going to automatically pull up some other templates and everything for you. Oop. Sorry about that. There we go. All right. So we got, a couple of options here that already say journal on them. You can choose one of these if you don't want to upload your own image or whatever it is. You can just, honestly, you can just choose whichever one if you're going to upload your journal. So I would go with this one. We'll click customize. And honestly, all you need to do, delete everything from it. You don't need it. You're going to be creating your own for it. So and I'm going to show you how to do that fairly quickly here. We'll just go to uploads, and we're going to go ahead and upload a file. We're going to go back to where we had the lilac cover, and we're just going to open it from there. And then once it's uploaded to Canva, we will select the picture or the image from the left-hand side like that. It comes in this size, which is obviously not big enough, so we're just going to go ahead and blow it up. That looks pretty good there. Kind of like it like that. All right, that looks good there. All right, so let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. All right, that's a pretty image. All right, cool. So now we want to name it, right? So what's our journal name? Maybe it's just daily journal or 90-day journal or whatever you want to call it. You would just add a text box and then type in what you want to name your project. And you can go anywhere. Make sure, again, this is going to want to stay. You can see Canva has like the margins and everything on there for you. It is a cover, so you could really put it anywhere. But the cool thing with Canva is that if you do have the Pro version, you have access to all these different types of fonts that you can use. So if you want it to look completely different, you can. You can also just go with the standard standard fonts that come with your computer. So like if you wanted it to be a book script, this one requires you to have Canva Pro. So just be aware of that as well. So you can make this bigger. You can make the font size larger if you want it to be fairly big. Make sure that it fits in your background, makes sense. Does the color here make sense? Maybe you want to change the color. We can go ahead and change the color and make it a lilac, but look, that doesn't really work. That one might work a little bit better. Darker the better for this one because it's such a light background. You don't want it to blend in, so you want it to stand out a little bit, but you also want it to be kind of kind of unique too. Something that somebody's going to go, oh wow, that's a really good looking color. I want to use that in my. I want to have that for my journal. So, if that looks good to you, you approve the design yourself. There's really nothing for you to do on that. You click the share there. On this one, we are going to also download this, but we're going to download it as an image. So we're going to leave it as a PNG because this is the type of file that works best on Amazon's KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. So we're going to click the download, and then we're going to also move this over once we get it open to our journal so we can save it as. So we open it here, bottom left of the screen. Opens the image, and then we're just going to right click on it and save it, and it's already under journal pages, so we're going to just pull it lilac cover for journal. Easy to remember, right? Okay, so that's the easy part of creating your journal for selling on Amazon. The harder part is once you have logged in or got your Amazon and everything signed up and everything. Sorry, got a longer password for this one. All right, so once you've got everything done and said with creating your Amazon KDP, you'll log in. You'll see I have already quite a few journals in here. I've got an art journal. I've got some drawing journals for young artists. I've got a food journal so you can keep track of your macros. So you can really make your journal about whatever you want. We're going to go ahead and create a new journal though. And we are going to make it a paperback because it doesn't need to be anything more than a paperback journal. It's for me, I don't think it needs anything. So we're just going to call it really whatever we want. And I'm going to call it Daily Journal. Nothing special about that. You can name it whatever you want. If you wanted to name it like Imagination Journal or Daily Thoughts or whatever. I have one that's called Today Was ... because that way, because some people like to start out their journals or diary entries with today was a great day. Today was a hard day. Whatever makes sense to you, name it. This one wouldn't necessarily be a series or an edition number. You only need a last name or at least 3 letters for the author of the book. I always put KRL because that's the name of our company that we have. Me and my wife, we have a marketing company, and it's KRL. So I always put that as the author. But now we need a description for our book, and that's why we have ChatGPT. So we're going to ask ChatGPT to make a description for a journal, a 90-day journal, for people to write down their daily thoughts. So I always say please because it's AI and you never know when it's going to rise up and go against us. So if you're nice to it, maybe it'll be nice to you. Please write for me a short description for a daily writing journal, 90 days, personal thoughts and moments to remember. And this way, ChatGPT will give us a fairly decent description that we can put as what we're going to put on Amazon. Now, this is actually going to show up on the Amazon page. So this one's quite long, but that's okay. We can always say, please shorten the above description to 2 paragraphs. And ChatGPT will do that for you. It's pretty cool. I actually did it in one paragraph, so that's even better. So they're naming it. They're saying Reflections, a 90-day writing journal. So it's got its own little thing that it'll do, and you can change if you like the name that ChatGPT came up with. You can go ahead and change that as well. I kind of like that. Reflections, a 90-day writing journal. So let's change it to Reflections, a 90-day, I'm going to go ahead and capitalize this stuff. But day 90, I can't do this right. All right, reflections. I don't know if we should do the semicolon or not. Do you think it looks okay with that? If you don't, I think it's all right. So 90-day writing journal, that's what we're looking for here. We're going to go ahead and do it just like they do in the description. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click that you own the copyright for this. There's nothing major about it. And then, does this content contain language, situations, or images inappropriate for children under 18 years of age? It's a blank writing journal, so we're going to go ahead and select no. Journals typically don't have an age range, so we are going to not select anything in these drop-down menus. You're going to leave them as select one. If you are writing a book and you want it to be for 13 and older, you can select 13 on the left-hand side and 18 plus on the right-hand side. If it's specifically for babies, maybe you're writing a children's book, you can do that as well. Primary marketplace, we're going to leave ours as Amazon.com because this will be sold in the US. There are specific criteria you have to meet to sell it anywhere else. So it might only come up if it's a blank writing journal to be able to be sold in the US and in the UK. You do have to choose categories of what you're going to be selling as well. You open the category selection. For this, there's a lot of different things that are on here, right? There's a plethora of things that you can choose from. Education, comics, graphic novels. So if you're maybe writing a comic book or something along those lines, that'd be kind of cool. If you do, let me know what you do with that. But really, it's really just a journal. But you'll see that there's no option for journal in here, right? There's nothing there. So you can select pretty much anything, but you want to. If you don't have the right category, it may not give you any information that you can do with it. So you can choose things to help people find it when you're filling it out. So if there's really nothing in here that classifies it, it's non-classifiable, leave it as non-classifiable. If you did write a children's book, read as a children's book. And then it'll, if you choose one of these, I'll show you, it does give you other subcategories. So you can choose like children's books, history, and then you can choose the subcategory, or on the right-hand side, you can choose what history it's for. Again, this one really doesn't have anything that we're needing to select. So we're going to go ahead and go back and we're going to choose non-classifiable. And then just select the little check mark box. If you don't do that, it won't give you enough information to do that. This is a low content book. Now it's got the little thing here. It tells you what low content book are. It will say that journals are typically in here. You can make it a large print book, but you have to create the large print book first. This next section is about keywords that will help your customers find your book in Amazon when they're searching. Now there's a couple things you can do here. You can do some research online and find out like what keywords are going to populate more. And when you hear the word keywords, most people think it's one word. It's not one word. You can have what they call a tail, keyword tail, and a long tail keyword. I should rephrase that, long tail keyword. So this right here. So like instead of just writing the keyword of shoes, if you were selling shoes on Amazon, you would write your keyword as sports shoes for children, summer shoes for men, or Italian leather shoes. Something that really truly identifies it. Now, this will help the algorithms in Amazon find your journal. So we're going to go back to the KDP and we're going to put in some keywords. So we're going to put 90-day journal. We're going to put writing book for daily thoughts, and we can put notebook. Notebook's a good one for daily entry. Reflecting your day in a journal. And of course, you can just put journal, or you can just put notebook. And of course, you can put it's a diary, because a journal is just another name for a diary. 90-day diary. We don't want to put 90 diary. All right, so we'll save and continue that. It saves it. It does some of these. It does take a little while for it to pack up. You'll notice that the second page populates. It says that you're going to publish without an ISBN. Now, ISBN you will not need if you are writing a low content book. If your book has a lot of content in it, you can allow Amazon to create an ISBN for you, or you can go in on the web and create your own ISBN. It is a unique number to you and to your book. So I have the ones that I have that have an ISBN. I just let Amazon create it for me because it's free for them to do it. Your publication date, you don't really need one here. The live date on Amazon will be used if you don't select anything here. The next section is about your print options. Now, this is what's going to determine how much it's really going to cost for you to print what your journal is. So you can have cream paper, white paper. You can have color interior with white paper, or color interior with actually those premium color interior with white paper. This is a journal, and it is colored. I will tell you that it is colored on the inside, but it doesn't have to be. It can be, black and white, and it's perfectly fine to be black and white with interior with white paper or with cream paper. We'll go ahead and leave it there. Now, if you'll remember, we made our journal here. We made it a good size for us, and then if we just go back to home and go to my projects here, it should be the first project right here. And this is the 8.5 by 11. That's the wrong one. So we went by 6 by 8.5 is what we selected. So we want to try and match that up on the Kindle Direct Publishing. So 6 by 9 is good. You can do 5.5 by 8.5, which would be cutting it pretty close on the other one. So I'm going to choose 5.5 by 8.5, and then we're going to choose bleed because the bleed settings, it supports illustrations, so it allows it to go into the margins if it's a picture. But if it's words, it doesn't want it there, because if you put words inside the gutter, which is the inside margin of the book, it can make it so that it can't be read. It's not legible. Now, the cover is totally up to you, whether you want it to be a matte finish or a glossy finish. Again, this is going to change the price of your printing. So if you go with a matte finish, it might be a little bit cheaper on the printing part for you. You have to upload your paper back, and here's my 6 by 8.5 journal pages. That's what we want. We're going to go ahead and upload that. It does take a little minute for the uploading of this to work. So, get a coffee. Sometimes it might go fast because if the pages are pretty much blank, these ones only had a daily journal or whatever in it, and then it just had writing. So it does go pretty quick. If you have more on the pages, it might take quite a bit of time to do that. All right, and then we have to create the cover. Now you're saying, well, Ryan, we created the cover in Canva. Well, we have to create the cover so that it's a front and back for your journal, because it's not set in stone when you do it on Canva. Now, Canva can create a front and back for you, and you can upload your own for it as well. I have found that it makes more sense for you to just kind of upload it onto Amazon and let their creator do it. So you can see there's quite a few different options here for that. There's these ones are just fairly generic. If you go back, these ones all have the different images that you can select on it. So like if we were to choose this design, we could check it out here. It looks pretty cool, right? It's got the reflections, a 90-day writing journal. It's got the author here. Now you can just go in and delete that if you just really don't want it on there. You can have it in the on the book's edge. That way it makes sense, because a journal, you don't really need to have all this author information on, right? You don't necessarily want that on there. So you just leave it blank. And then here's our description again. And this is the same description that we pulled from ChatGPT. So we can go ahead and just copy that again and put it on the Kindle cover creator and put it in there. That way the back of it has the journal pages. Now, if you're looking at it and you're like, wow, that color just really doesn't, I don't like it. You can change the color of it within this as well, just so that it kind of reflects what you're going for. So black for me, I don't think that fits well. So I do like the white on the page because it does pop a little bit better. Maybe on this one, going with that purple. So we did create it, again, I'll show it to you. We did create the words daily journal onto the image itself, but we don't have to use that if we don't want to. Now, you still want it to be able to pop. You still want people to be able to see what they're picking up. Now, they might know it's their journal. You know, if that looks good to you, it looks good to me for right now. Let's go ahead and preview it. And then if I don't like it when I preview it, you can start over. It's not a big deal. You know, it doesn't really hurt to try it a couple of times. So I think everything looks good on this. You know, I mean, it looks pretty good. Reflections, a 90-day writing journal. It stands out. It's got your description on the back, and then the edge shows the name again. So we're going to go ahead and save it and submit it. If we wanted to start over, we could, and we can do that. I'll do that for you just so you can see it, so that we can see, like, maybe this design looks better. So maybe you prefer this one. That's cool. You don't have to like the one that I selected. It's my book. So if you want to write your own, you know, and do that, you can totally do that. I did like this one, so I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Again, I've already selected my colors that I kind of liked, and you don't have to necessarily agree with them or whatever, but I think this fits well with this particular journal. And then once you preview it, just make sure it looks right, because once you submit it, it's pretty much done. If you end up finding that there's an error in it, you might have to start over and unpublish your book and then go from there. So this looks good. No images that look out of whack. It doesn't say the daily journal piece on it because that's up higher on the actual image. So we click save and we click submit, and then it takes us back to the top of the second page for Amazon's KDP. And then it's going to take a second for it to upload there, and that's fine. We can still move on. We can go to Launch Previewer. All right. So it's preparing the files. I don't know why it said that it was too small. I've definitely got a large enough screen here, so not a big deal. We can close out things to make that work, and we can also zoom out if we need to. So this part takes a little bit longer than uploading the manuscript, so this is where you might need to really go get a coffee or go take a break, whatever. I will tell you, I published 7 books in one day. It took me like 4 hours to do it. It's because I just used the same journal pages. So, and it's not publishing books, right? It's publishing journals. So I just created 7 different covers, had the same pages on the inside of them. Now, I will tell you, if you do an art journal, I did make several art journals as well. Your pages, Amazon won't allow you to have more than 4 pages in a row that are blank. So you have to have something on every 4th page, or maybe every other page, or even every page if you prefer, because then you can just copy the pages in Canva and create them that way. So, you know, you can put draw here, or maybe you can give ideas for drawings. Like my kids like to play this game where it's called Draw 3, where they have one of us provide them with 3 random objects, and they have to try and combine them into one drawing. Not like, you know, you wouldn't say horse, cowboy, and lasso, you know, because they just have to draw that. They're talking things like fish, wings, and baseball bat. So you have to combine all those to make one object out of the 3. That's something cool you could do. So this is it's all done. The quality check came back. There was no issues or errors or whatever on the journal itself, mainly because we made sure that our gutters and our margins were all good. Everything looks good. So we're going to go ahead and click approve on this. Once it's approved from you, Amazon will review it, and that can take up to 72 hours. So we're going to go through right now. We're going to set the pricing. So you'll see here it's going to cost $2.30 for the printing cost. Now, Amazon's going to do everything for you, so they get 40% of the royalties as well. And so you're going to get about 60% of the royalties unless you decide to sell in other expanded distribution areas, which could expanded distribution. If you read it here, it's actually online retailers, libraries, universities, booksellers. So anything outside of Amazon, you would get less royalty for. But we're just going to go ahead and leave it here in Amazon. That's it. We're just going to standard Amazon distribution. You can choose individual territories at the top there. Primary marketplace is if you're in Amazon US, you would select Amazon.com. If you're in a different territory, we've already selected this at the beginning, you would select like Amazon UK or whatever. So, what's a fair price? The minimum price for this book, $3.83, because Amazon still wants to make money on it. So they tell you what the minimum and the maximum price are, and then you'll get to see how much you'll make off of each one. So, let's say for this book, because it's kind of small, let's say we're going to sell it for $12.99. Our royalties for this would be $5.49. Amazon's going to get $2.30 on the printing, and then they're going to get the other remaining 40% on the royalties. So we make $5.49. So it's kind of nice for half an hour's worth of work, right? Yeah, you're sitting there going, well, I only make $5.49. But if you sell 100 of them, you just made $549. If you sell 1,000 of them, you're making $5,000. So you have to look at that part of it where Amazon is doing a lot of the legwork. Yeah, you created the designs and everything, but Amazon's going to sell it for you. So this is a great way for you to make money, and you honestly make money doing nothing. Now, you can go in and promote this, but you're promoting a journal. It's hard to do. If you wrote a book, maybe you're really good on a subject, and you're like, hey, I'm going to write a book about it. Do it that way. I wouldn't write it on Canva. I would write that in Word or whatever, and then turn it into a PDF from there, and then upload it to Amazon, and then just create your covers and any images that you want to put into the book on Canva, and make sure that you add those into your PDF before saving it as a PDF. So in your Word document or your Google Docs app or whatever, make sure that you've got it those images and everything uploaded, because you want your book to be complete by the time you go to upload it on KDP, because they're not going to allow you to go in and edit anything. You upload a complete manuscript, not one that you have to make adjustments to, because if it comes back with the quality check and you have errors in there, you're going to have to go back to your original and fix it. So make sure you save it as if you're writing an actual book with images and everything in it, make sure you save it as a Word document and then create a PDF out of that so you can upload the PDF for that. But that's pretty much all you need to do with that. Everything looks good here. You can request a proof, which is going to send you the actual proof of the book before it goes live on Amazon. I don't need a proof. It's a journal. So I'm going to go ahead and click the Publish Your Paperback Book. It will then, it does take another minute here to save everything, and then it'll give you the option to create an ebook for it. Now, you can't really have an ebook for a journal, because most of the Kindle stuff, because that's what it's going to go to is Kindle, is you can't write in it. So it would just be kind of pointless to have a Kindle book for a journal. So unless they have the newer Kindles that you can actually use a stylus on to write in, it's not going to be helpful. So it really wouldn't do you any good to create this as an ebook. Again, you could make it into a hardcover, and I'll show you that here. Once you have created the paperback, you can go in and create a hardcover out of it. So you don't have to do a lot of additional pieces to it. You might change the name of it, whatever you want to do. You create the hardcover there, and then go through the exact same steps. But that's another way, or one way that you can make money online without really having to work much. We did this in less than an hour. We're at 40 minutes worth of stuff here. So If this is something that you liked, share it with your friends. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to be talking about many ways that you can make money online with a couple of things. But one of our favorite ways, I will tell you, is affiliate marketing. If we do affiliate marketing, I mentioned that earlier, we're affiliate marketers. So we have done a lot of research on different ways that you can make money online. And so because we've done all of that research, we know that affiliate marketing is probably one of the best ways. And there's a lot of different things that you can do with affiliate marketing. There's different niches. You could be in the wealth niche, the health niche, the romance niche. Pets are a big one, you know, like everybody likes to sell things for pets. So if you're looking to make true, really good money online so that you don't have to have a day job anymore, just follow the link. It's also down in our description to earn money online. So we'll label it as Make Money Online. So click that link. We have a free ebook that we'll provide to you. And yes, I did create it on Canva. We did. Me and Katie did. So you can take a look at that free ebook. It will have you put your email address in so that we have a way that we can reach out to you. But then it also has a link for the program that we went through to learn how to do affiliate marketing and be good at it. And it's got everything that you need to get off the ground to get started with affiliate marketing. So again, if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, leave us a comment. Tell us what we need to change. But we will be going over multiple ways that you can make money online and showing you how to do it through some videos. But other than that, thank you all for watching and have a wonderful day.